In Movies and Money, film critic and founder of the Movie Madness podcast is here. Erik Childress is standing by. Erik, Avatar, making it 4 in a row as the top winner at the box office. Our audience is enjoying films on the big screen in a big way to start the year.
Yes, Angie, there are several things that could have been the headline, like Avatar having a 4P, 2 films with over $1 billion globally, approaching $400 million domestic. The Housemaid made over $10 million in its fourth weekend and is now poised to possibly get over $120 million. But when it passes $100 million this weekend, it will be the 6th R-rated film of 2025 to do so. Why is that a big deal? Because only 4 did in 2024. Horror was a big factor in achieving that in 2025, but with The Housemaid as well as Marty Supreme, it suggests adults and not just the 16 to 25 demographic getting out there. And if Marty Supreme reaches $100 million, and there's a lot to suggest that it will be the 7th R-rated film to do it last year, which will match 2019's total. A very good sign indeed.
Horror is certainly taking the spotlight once again this weekend. How are the prospects for 28 years later, The Bone Temple?
Well, it should certainly be number one this weekend. It's been well advertised, and Sony's been holding special advanced screenings for fans. And it's a follow-up to the film from last summer that opened to $30 million and finished with just over $70 million domestic and $151 million worldwide. I don't expect this one will do as well as that, but should have a very healthy opening through the holiday and outdo what is a pretty front-loaded year of horror. Return to Silent Hill opens next week, but seems to have been barely mentioned. The 3rd chapter of Renny Harlin's Strangers trilogy kicks off February, and in between there is Sam Raimi's Send Help with Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, which is the one I am most looking forward to. I haven't had a chance to see the new 28 Later film yet, but I have been a fan of the first 3 and hope this one pays off a lot of the interesting ideas that the previous film set up. So far, reviews are pretty good.
Your recommendation this week is a new Netflix premiere that reunites Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. It's called The Rip, and it is inspired by a true story.
Yes, Angie, The Rip again puts longtime friends and collaborators Matt Damon and Ben Affleck at the center, and I'm happy to say that I think it's a good one. It's about a squad of Miami cops whose captain has been murdered, and in the middle of investigating a potential money stashing house, discover much more than they bargained for, especially when loyalties are tested over the amount of money they actually find. It sounds like an age-old story, but writer-director Joe Carnahan, who has made such enjoyable films like The Grey and The A-Team, draws us in early and ratchets up the stakes so intensely that when things do start to get a little out there in the final act, we're still willing to go along with it. A lot of that is helped by the star power of Damon and Affleck, who aren't dummies and aren't just doing a throwaway film here for Netflix. This is a solid, intense thriller with some good action that also includes Stephen Yeun, Kyle Chandler, and soon-to-be Oscar nominee Teyana Taylor. The Rip is my recommendation for the week.
You do love a good thriller, Erik. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie.